How do you get U.S. permanent residency from a work visa? Have you ever wondered how someone can transition from a work visa to permanent residency in the United States? It's a journey that many take, and understanding the steps involved can make all the difference. Let's break it down in a straightforward way. First, you need a U.S. employer who is willing to sponsor you for a permanent position. This means they must offer you a full-time job and agree to support your application for a green card. Often, the employer will also cover some of the fees and legal costs associated with this process. Next, your employer must obtain a labor certification from the U.S. Department of Labor. This step, known as PERM, requires the employer to demonstrate that there are no qualified U.S. workers available for the job. They will conduct a recruitment process and pay a prevailing wage for the position. This can take time, but it is essential for many green card categories. Once the labor certification is approved, the employer files Form I-140, which is the immigrant petition for alien worker, with U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services. This form includes evidence that you are qualified for the job and that the employer can pay the salary offered. In some cases, if you have extraordinary ability, you may be able to self-petition without an employer. When the labor certification or Form I-140 is filed, a priority date is established. This date is important because it determines your place in line for a green card. There are annual limits on employment-based green cards, and depending on your country of birth and visa category, you may face a waiting period. When your priority date becomes current, you can apply to adjust your status to permanent resident if you are already in the U.S. Alternatively, if you are outside the U.S., you will go through consular processing. This step includes submitting Form I-485, which is the application to register permanent residence or adjust status. You will also undergo background checks, a medical exam, and an interview. If your application is approved, you and eligible family members will receive permanent residency, allowing you to live and work in the U.S. indefinitely. For many Middle Eastern immigrants, understanding each step can help ease the process. Working with an experienced immigration attorney can be beneficial. Employers may vary in the support they provide, so knowing your rights is important. The waiting times can differ greatly based on your country of birth, so patience and planning are key. Adjusting to life in the U.S. while managing this process can be challenging, but building community and seeking support can make the transition smoother. Moving from a work visa to U.S. permanent residency involves several steps, including employer sponsorship, labor market testing, petition filing, waiting for priority dates, and finally applying for adjustment of status or consular processing. Each step requires careful attention, but with the right guidance, many successfully navigate this path to start anew in America.